JY Sharif. I'm out here filming you a deck profile. This weekend I went to Frankfurt and played at Regional. Happened to go 8-0, playing my signature deck, and yeah, let's get right into the profile. So you know me, play Lightsworn. Free Fairy Tale Snow. She's the bay. Nothing more to say about her. You know how it is. Just puts everything face down. Just floodgate your opponent and combos the Spirit Master, so your opponent can't play. 3 Raidens. Yep, playing a lot of Lightsworns again. I still think this is really good, only because I'm playing 3 recharge, and I think he needs to play more spells. I really don't like the Dino Engine. I think it's quite bricky, and it doesn't really add much. Like if you go first and you summon a plant, you win anyways, and same going second. 3 Wolves. Yeah, you need this. Helps you make Curious a lot. Like let's say if you grass and you mill this, you can just make a Minerva and then make Curious with this. Bricky as hell, but still really good, and I'm playing 3 recharge, so I can justify playing these. We played 3 Lone Fire. I don't really have to explain this. It's just insane. You summon this, you win the game. You like 90% of the time you summon this, you probably have 1 to 2 Omegas, the Bujin Amaterasu, and you'll like search Ash and add Ash back to hand. 3 of the plant, Scorpio, same thing with this. Just can't say anything more about this. 1 Cobra. If you play 2, then I don't know what you're doing with your life. I think you need to just start reevaluating and I don't know, just looking into sorting yourself out. Same with the 1 Garnet. Same, please, people, just learn. I'm seeing progress. A lot of people are starting to play 1-on-1, and I'm proud of you, and I care about all you all you guys who are playing 1. But if you're playing 2, I still care about you and you need help. 1 Damage Juggler. So this is a new addition. This is really good because it makes drawing brilliant in any earth. Curious, because you just send Juggler. You send Juggler, banish it, and you add the Hat Trigger that we're playing 2 of, and you can make Curious from there and just combo off and win the game. And the one thing about this, though, it kind of sucks to draw. Like I get you can discard it, but like let's say you have a Uni Zombie and you discard this, like the Hat Trigger doesn't do anything, so it's kind of a brick, but it's still really good to play. 1 Trick Clown, same for the combo, still really good. It's nice when you grass as well. If you mill this, you can search this and have a discard, because the issues I found a lot of times, if you grass, you can't make 2 Omegas because you have nothing to discard, because usually you left arm. So it's really nice here to do that. 1 Giant Rex, Steel for the Gold Socks, really good. Trixars can't out him, and yeah, all around really good. And also, a lot of times you can send this off Curious and just extend all your plays to make Amaterasus and stuff. It's just really good. 1 Goldenberg Steel. You need a second target for challenge for the instead of Challenger for the Invoker, so that's why we still play him. And one thing about him though, like he loses the Veiler, which kind of sucks, but it's fine. I'm playing 1 Thrasher now as well, so instead of rotating for Goblin, a lot of times we rotate for him. And the really good thing about this, it just adds consistency. And going second, being able to make a rank 4 without using your normal summon is amazing, like with the Gold Sock, the Rex, and with the Hat Trigger. So you can just go summon Thrasher and make a rank 4 without normal summoning, bait something out, make a Minerva into a field, and then play your hand from there. It's really, really good. This card's really good. Also outs Inspector Border, so it means you have 1 to the Rotor, so that's like 3 outs to Inspector Border, which is really good. And now for the Zombie Engine, we played 3 Solitaire, standard. This is really good on its own. Like it just I don't really have to explain. 1 card Omega, 1 card rank 4, just all around really good. 1 Spirit Master. This card still insane. Now you just destroy Electrum, so they just summon Electrum, you go Snow, banish this, destroy their Electrum, and it's pretty much the same as doing Ogre to it. Like it's just insane, and people still don't know what it does. It outs everything. 2 Uni Zombies, still playing 2. Also I noticed with the Dino builds, a lot of people playing 2 Solitaire, which is just really like not that great in my opinion. It's just too good. Yeah, you don't want to banish off his eyes, etc. 3 Mizukis. Yeah, this card is again really good. I don't see the point in cutting the Zombie Engine down. So 10 cards, 10 zombies, 1 Gozuki. This is still really, really good. Like if you draw these 2 together, you know how it is. You make 2 Omegas, or you can make Omega and a rank 4. And even one time, like there was a combo with these 3, you can make 2 Omegas and a rank 4. So you make 2 Omegas and a Minerva, and you pretty much just win the game from there, because you just like plus so hard. But yeah, like I think you have to play 10. Like you need to mill them, you need to see them, and like it's just they recycle themselves. It's just a perfect number. Like I don't think this ratio will ever change unless there's new cards that come into the fray. And then for the only hand traps, 3 Ash. I played around with the ratios so much. Like I was testing Gammas. Gammas suck so much. Like they brick you going first because not everyone's playing Ash now. Like everyone's playing rogue decks. Like they're like taking out their hand traps. Pendulums can't really play hand traps because they need their whole hand to play the game. So like the Gammas suck a lot more now, and playing driver is like an extra brick. You just need a consistent deck for these kind of tournaments. So that's why I only play 3 Ash. On to the spells. Of course, the star of the show, crisp ulti brilliance. Shout out to the Grandpa for always hooking me up with the best cards possible. So yeah, this is what your deck does. Brilliant Fusion. 3 Desires. I notice these people cutting this card from their deck, and I'm like, what? You don't want to draw 2? You don't want to play Pot of Greed? Like, it's kind of jarring, you know? Like, I really don't get it. Like, why do you not want to draw 2 cards? Like, I get one of the guys at Top Bottom. He said his reasoning was because he doesn't bait Ash. But how does it not bait Ash? If your opponent doesn't Ash this, your opponent isn't good at the game. So it's just I don't get it. But yeah, 3 Desires. If you're not playing this in your deck, then I don't really know what you're doing. Onto the secret first charges. Admire them. Look at that Raikou jumping through. Yep. Nothing more to say about these. Free recharge. I'm sticking with these. It's still, like, it's not the most consistent, but it's really powerful. Being able to draw cards and mill. Like, let's say I draw this with a Lightsworn obviously and Desires. I'll always play the Desires first to bait the Ash, because resolving this is much better than resolving the Desires, because it gets you 2 more cards in the grave. Like, I get the extra draw, but like, you're not, if they're ashing you, like, you're going -1 anyways. But yeah, 3 left arm offerings. It's just insane if it doesn't get ashed. It got ashed a few times, but it is what it is. 2 gold socks, no more than 2. Like, a lot of people playing 3, and like I get the dot scaper thing, but I also think that's just like another garnet and isn't that great. But the issue with playing more than 2 is you can only ever resolve 2 at most in the game. 1 for Spirit Master or Solitaire, and 1 for Rex. And if you draw 2, you brick. You can't play. Like, it sucks. But yeah, it's all around really good. Bates negates, really good card. 1 Rotor, 1 Foolish, 1 Reborn. Like, this right now is actually a pretty fair card. It doesn't do that much. Like, the only cool things are sometimes if you mill like a plant off Foolish or off your charge of Light Brigades, you can reborn it and just combo off. And the best thing is, if they're bad at the game and they ash the Lone Fire, you can have Reborn or your boy Soul Charge to bring it back. And that's like other ways to play through Ash, which is really good. And also being able to reborn your opponent's stuff. Like now, this one thing I like about this is added a whole new dynamic to the game. So from your graveyard, you have to banish Seraph Knights, you have to banish Mrs. Radiance, you have to banish good cards, and at the same time leave good cards for you to extend your plays next turn, and like have good cards engraved to add back up Curious, etc. So I kind of like what this card has done. And then 1 Grass, the star of the show. I actually only drew this once throughout the tournament, so, and now it's against Lorenzo, so shout out to you, bro. Onto the side, of course, crisp ulti ogres. I think I only resolved this once, and that was when it mattered, but it's all good. 2 Humongous Kaiju. I was playing Gamma Seal for the longest time, and someone at YCS Pocket made it apparent to me that you can actually add this back of misses, which is really good. So shout out to Luke for that, because I didn't know. I guess, you know, you can't know everything, and we all we're just learning every day. But yeah, this is just good. Add it back of misses is like the only thing against like a True Draco is a grind game, so you can make a misses, crash it, add this back, and out masterpieces and stuff. 1 Abyss Dweller. So the reason I didn't get this in main deck spot is because game 1, if I go first, I'm never making Dweller. Even against Draco, I make Omegas and my field floats, Nerve and Curious float. And in game 2 and 3, I'll always, if I go first and I'm playing a graveyard deck, I'll always be able to make this going first. And going second, even game 1, I'm never going to make Dweller. Like, unless my hand is like godly and I can make a rank 4 and then still kill them or still make a crazy field, then I was going to win the game without the Dweller anyways, right? So that's my theory on not main decking it, but this is great. Won me a few games sliding it in. I played against 3 BAs throughout the tournament, and obviously this came in every game 2 and 3. So yeah, 3 Twin Twisters. This is obviously really good. I was main decking this for a while, but it's just it breaks you too much. Like you're not always going to be playing against rogue. You're going to be playing against other decks that don't play back row. So that's why you need to like have a good main deck. And Ash beats everything. That's why I choose to main that. 3 D barriers. This against everything. This is self-explanatory. Like just they can't play for a turn. 3 evenly matches against rogue. So you can see my side deck's very like well-rounded, just good against every single deck. Like this is good against Pendulum and good against True Draco, and these are good against like everything. This is good against True Draco as well. All rogue decks really, and good on second. So yeah, it's just all very well-rounded, and this is good against a lot of decks. That's what you kind of need in these kind of formats, like a deck that's good against everything and good on its own. 1 Seraph Knight, 1 Curious, 1 Mrs. Radiant, 1 Borrow, like pretty self-explanatory. I actually didn't make this throughout the tournament, but it's still really good. Outs masterpieces and stuff like that. This is just insane, like just insane. 1 Black Rose Dragon. Didn't really make this, but you have to play it. 1 Michael. This is one of the MVPs. So like a lot of times when you Minerva and like let's say they do something, they out it, or like the Minerva dies, and the turn after you need something to like out their field and advance your own game state. Like the issue is if you make any other card, it doesn't give you more cards to play the next turn because you're playing off your top deck usually after turn 1 because you've used all your cards. And this is perfect. Like you summon it, you attack over a guy, banish a guy, and it mills free, so it sets up your next turn. It's like the perfect card. 2 Omegas. 3 again is still greedy. Like I'm sticking on that. Like it's just way too greedy. 1 Scarlight, really good, just kills them out fields. A lot of times you don't even have to like summon this to clear their field. You just summon a bunch of guys, attack them, make this main phase 2 and clear your own field. Like it feels very nice when you burn a Trickstar player for game. And for the Xyz, 1 Invoker, 1 Minerva. A lot of times I miss 2, but the extra deck's so tight, and like Michael, that's where he comes in and does his job. But yeah, this card's still insane. I'm playing 6 Lightsworn, so I'm still like, I still have a good chance to hit them and draw cards every now and then, and that's always great. And blowing up fields is really great as well. And even like milling 6, if you don't mill a Lightsworn, if you hit a snow and a zombie, like boom, you can combo from there. 1 Tornado Dragon, this card's still really good. 1 Amaterasu. So my stance has changed on this. Like I thought this was greedy back in the, like a couple weeks ago, but then it's like I'm playing links, right? So how am I gonna make a link monster and use 3 level 4s to make this and still make like 2 Omegas and like a board? But then I realized that this actually like it's not really 3 level 4s, it's only 2 level 4s because you use 3 to make it, but he brings 1 back. So like you can banish a Solitaire or a Raiden, then bring that back, and that'll make you Omega and set you up for the next turn. And obviously this adds back Ash, which is insane. You can always search it, like pretty much all the time. I'll either mill it or summon the Uni Zombie, send the Ash, and add Ash back to hand, and just win the game. Make it unwinnable for them. Like I'm pretty glad I played this. Like every time I comboed up, I pretty much made it. It's really good. And lastly, Lightning. This package like should never leave the extra deck. This is just like I think 4 times today, or 4 times during the tournament, my opponent left an underclock talker on the field. I just summoned this and that's 4K. Like another game, my opponent had he Solemn Judgment, one of my cards, and then left himself on 4K, and then I did a little bit of damage to a monster, and I also left on 400 life against Trickstar, and I summoned this and killed him through his Licorice, like, and just out in Masterpiece, out in everything, and you just kill them, like. And also you can even use this to help you make your Curious. Like there'll be random situations where you don't really want to make the Minerva because you want to keep the Minerva on the field, so you make this instead, and it's a warrior light, and you have like either a snow and a wolf, boom, you can make Curious. And then you can even shuffle it back with the Mega to use later on in the game. And yeah, that's the whole deck. I think in this format you have to play consistent deck. That's very good. This deck's very consistent. Like there's like 70-something% chance to draw your bombs. Like if you draw Brilliant Fusion, Plant, or Left Arm, or the one-offs, you'll win the game automatically, and it's like 70-something to draw them. And that's not including like Pot Desires, your recharges, your charges, all those other really good cards that help you make insane fields. Shoutouts, huge shout out to obviously my boy Cimo for letting me feature my deck on his channel. Obviously you guys will subscribe to him and show him some love as always. And another huge shout out to Uncle Junk and his Junk's Playground. So it's a new store opened up in Germany. He's one of the biggest sellers in card market. So all you people go out there, buy cards from him. Very great, very good businessman and good seller. And another shout out now for the grandpa. You all know who he is by now. Like, every profile he gets a shout out, because I wouldn't be playing the game without him. And we're still on the way. You remember that profile in Japan where, you know, there was a sad me crying, 105, but my guy picked me back up and he was like, yeah, we're gonna go back next year, we're gonna do it again, and we're gonna do it right. And the shout outs keep going on and on. Shout out to my boy Christopher Nielsen. He's topped 3 YCSs back to back. He has like 10 YCS tops, but nobody knows who he is. But this year, everyone's gonna know who Christopher Nielsen is. Don't forget that name, all right? And yeah, shout out to everybody else. You know, shout out to Gerald for letting me stay with him in his hotel. And yeah, thank you all for watching. Peace.